Peace, fam. How are you? Hope all is well. Um,
That's from the
so,
COVID tracking project.
I had a long day and
What you
still
can
got
see
more,
here is that
a long
US
ways to go.
testing is
Hot and soft,
basically,
right?
around 140, 100.
But I had to relax. I just got back in, um, not too long ago, and this is what I did. I took some emergency, and then like each night I get my tea. In here I have lemons, black cherry, ginger, peppermint, and chamomile or chamomile, however you pronounce it. That and I ate a little something earlier, some fruit and some yogurt. Because I got to keep stuff on. You got to keep something on your stomach, and you want to make sure that you are putting minerals, protein, or whatever in your body all day, along with water. Water. I did drink a bottle of water as well. Here is, to me, this is like, I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot I had it. So since I found it, I've been taking it every day. If you don't have this herb, you need to get online. Maybe you can find it online right about now, but you need it, okay? Because this herb, and I had this for a very long time, but um, I didn't realize I still had it. It's called moringa, right? I'm gonna put it up. I want to see if you can actually see all of the properties um, of this. This has a lot of properties. Oh wow, I'm trying. I could read it to you guys, but I don't have time. But I just wanted to start with that. So yes, to my herb heads, if you don't have this, shame on you. But to new beginners, especially, this is very excellent for people that is diabetic, high blood pressure, if your immune system is terrible. It replaces a lot of things in your body that meat, like if you eat meat, I do chicken and I do fish, right? But I've been, since this virus, it's no. But moringa replaces all of the iron and all of the minerals and nutrients that you would get from, the bone soups, that type of stuff. It's very good. Okay. So, yeah, if you can, if you're fortunate enough, get it. You may find it in pill form. I had one of my sisters sent it from New York a long time ago, but you can get those in pill form as well. And I also have black seed oil. I think that's another good one you should have in your cabinet. Also, um, I'm going to stick with the herbal thing right now, right? To my sisters, my herbalists, and brothers as well. One time I said to the sister, right, because she was trying to be bougie about having a freaking uh, nursing degree, right? I was like, nursing degree? Okay. Anyway, it's good to have, trust me, because the first thing I ever took a college course was medical administration, and I had to learn a lot about the body. It was just disturbing because at that time it was books, and then you had to listen to tapes, um, cassette tapes. To I'm not gonna touch my face at all. Uh, to study, so it was serious. It was a serious thing to put all of the body parts and the nerves and all types of things you had to memorize. But anyway, yeah, that's a good course, right? Because a lot of nurses right now are saving lives, right? but they can't save us all. So the goal here, right, is for a lot of us to save ourselves. So I said, I told her, I said, it's gonna come a time, you know what I mean? You're not gonna be able to go to the hospital, right? You're not gonna be able to go to the hospital. You're not going to be able to get, the same thing you would get artificially from a hospital. Because all of these things are grown, they come from nature, right? So that's my thing with that. But I was like, there will come a time, you know what I mean, where you're gonna have to be a master at the herbs. Let me share something with you, right? My grandmother, when I was very young, my grandmother always had rose bushes, right? And this is one of the best memories I have of my grandmother. I used to follow her everywhere. Yeah, it was like my favorite time to follow her while she planted. She planted roses and then she planted some, I think they call it morning glories. And it's like these flowers that open after the dew drop in the morning and before the morning and the afternoon. They open up in the morning and the afternoon, right after dew, like the moisture from the air drops. But anyway, she used to. I was very fascinated with those things, and then there was another one, because my grandmother's from the South, so she would teach me these herbs and things she grew, and she had a lot of headache plants around her house. And then when we used to get fever and things of that nature, she would take it and dip it a little bit in water and put it on our foreheads, right, to draw the fever out. Right. One thing about that plant, a lot of people don't realize with the headache plant is the plant itself is a healer. The seed is a killer, right? You cannot touch a raw seed off of a headache plant. And I think it has a hardening around it anyway, so, you just can't accidentally, do what, touch the seed because, because when you do that, with that plant, they used to literally poison people. Like they would put the powder from the headache seed into your liquor or whatever and poison you to death. That's how strong it is. So, like when you're dealing with those seeds, you have to put gloves on. Because I know, peace be upon him. One of my close friends, Mustafa, he had an organic farm and he grew a lot of these things. And he also collected the seeds for other purposes, not for eat. Like I said, the headache plant itself is a blessing or a curse type of plant. So you got to be very careful dealing with that plant. Anyway, because I don't want to stay on these herbs too long. So another thing I wanted to ensure that you brothers and sisters get, because we live in a place where people get shot a lot. Okay? During all of this, we can't go to the hospital. If you find yourself in a situation, right? I don't even want you to find yourself, but for you sisters, the healers, every last one of you should have skull cap in your herbal cabinet, because skull cap is used to for gunshot wounds. It keeps the wounds from getting infected. Right? So I just wanted to share that little bit of knowledge with you guys. Okay? So get moving right along. I'm not the type of person. That's why I really don't do lies, and I really don't like to really. I say what I say, and it is what it is, right? So today I had someone questioning me about, and it was just strange because I said that I listened to Professor Black Truth and the Black Authority, which are not the same people, right? Pharaoh said that. I don't know. I didn't. It's a lot, And then it was a lot of people that I didn't mention. It's so many I listened to. I was just like, it wasn't just that I was just doing that for favoritism. You know what I mean? But these are the people that I commonly listen to, right? The most common. So that's why these things, rush to my head. So the brother was like, brother, sister, I don't know what it is. Um, oh, why didn't you mention Yvette and Tone? Oh, why you, uh, jump ship? I was like, what? Right. So I was like, and then he was like, at first you were speaking about ADOS, and now, you're not talking. I was like, what are you talking about? Right. So let me explain this, right? First and foremost, I never, ever, ever, ever actually followed Tone or Yvette, right? I wouldn't see them pop up in my news feed or whatever, but I was really, Tyreek because I really admire Hidden Colors, right? So when I started seeing ADOS and things of that nature, that hashtag, that was from Tyreek, right? And with all the drama going on between them, I have nothing to do with that, right? Because at the end of the day, no matter what anybody say, I just think that ADOS is a birthright. That's nothing that you can take away from us, right? But maybe because I changed the title and because because I do think for myself, right? I'm an earth. I don't really I follow my God, because man is God, right? But other than that, I'm not looking for a leader, right? I already saved myself a long time ago, and this is 1993, right? And I teach the uncivilized how to be civilized, right? Um, so it just was like, wow. If you think that I'm on here, making my videos because I'm a follower of anybody, uh, you have me confused, right? You're not going to see that with me. You never heard me really like cheerleading or saying Yvette or Tone's name or even Tyreek. You know what I mean? Tyreek, because I respect him, but you don't see me. I'm not a fucking cheerleader, right? To each is their own universe. Whatever they got going on is their business. I respect it, right? But I have my own mind. I have my own arm, leg, arm, head. I am conscious for real. I'm not one of these what you want to say, what they call themselves now, that stay woke crowd, how to stay woke, or I just got knowledge of myself from a computer. No, I've been doing this a long time, way before the internet. To be honest, I come from that type of family structure. I come from my father. My father literally, went to private schools growing up, and his whole family is vegan, right? So when it comes to like the diet and when it comes to being conscious, that within itself is a birthright for me too. Right? But it's not all about me. My thing is never question me about who I follow. I follow myself. I got knowledge of myself. But what I'm on here when I see, listen, when I hear somebody speak the truth, I don't care where it comes from. I want to make that knowledge born. Right? But before I do any of that, I draw things up and see it in its totality, or at least from my understanding of it, right? Um, yeah, I just don't want people to be on ever come on my page and think that this was all I respected the hashtag, you know what I mean? But I had to fall back because I'll always be those acronyms, right? But I also think for myself. I really do. I always have, And as far as reparations and things of that nature, I've been on this thing for a long time. I really marched with Panthers for real. I really was a Vanguard captain for the NOI for real. I really have been in Earth since 1993 for real. I've born and raised in a vegan family for real, right? I just don't be talking. I've been walking this walk a very long time and hoping, to keep it moving. It's not a day that goes by and I don't think about, the danger we're all in, right? But, you're always in danger. You're always in danger. That's just human nature. But we can be wise about it, and we can um, just think a little smarter, be a little more conscious of the things we do. That's all. There's stuff going on now. This is like a normal thing for me. It's not like I woke up yesterday and said, uh, oh, I'm conscious. Oh, that sounds good. I think I'm going to follow that. I'm going to follow him. I'm going to follow her. I mean, I never, ever, ever. I've always been the oddball, right? I'm super intelligent, with a splash of goofy, a splash of I wish a motherfucker would, and a splash of just normal things. Let's put it that way. But I learned to accept that about myself a long time ago. Right? But I wanted to come and make that knowledge more because I got other things to do anyway. But yeah, I'm not. Don't ever ask me that question because I'm not anybody. You know what I mean? I've never followed Yvette and never followed Tone. Uh, Never followed Tyreek. I listened to Tyreek. However, follow to be. That's why I said the names I said earlier. Like I literally every day search to see what B1 is doing, Professor Black Truth. I go on there to listen to the Black Authority, and I also go on there to listen to Pharaoh Said That, right? But in my heartstring is Baba, right? Baba Rashawn, that's my baby. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, those are my faves, you know what I mean? Those are my YouTube faves. So that was just a suggestion. You don't have to follow anyone because I don't want anybody thinking that I have to follow them to be me. It's not going to happen, right? Uh, yeah. See, sometimes people want you to say things, negative to be that one wasp that stirs up the nest. I'm not going to go for those games. Yvette, Tone, Tyree, um, all of these are my brothers and sisters. I see them as no different brothers and sisters, but I'm never going to put them above or below me, as far as whatever they teach. You know, I respect it because I'm a teacher as well. However, I'm not a follower of anybody except for my foundation, you know, the head of this household. Other than that, you know, I don't think so. But yeah, I come to bring you certain information, right? And give you my see on it. It's not like I'm out here trying to just for attention or whatever. That's not me. Mm-mm. No. As you can see, I hope you can see, like, I'm very down to earth. I be in my own damn world all the time. And inside of my head, there are like waterfalls and, harps and sun is shining, things of that nature. So I'm always there until someone disturbs it. You know what I mean? Until something disturbs it. And then, I got to get back. Got to do my Mork and Mindy, and get back to Earth, the conscious realm, right? But yeah, I just don't want anybody to think that I'm a follower of anyone or anything. I respect a dose. You know what I mean? That's a bloodline. That's our bloodline. That has nothing to do with following anyone. Just like we are kings and queens, that's our bloodline, that's our birthright. So if somebody just jumps up and say, "Oh well, give me a hashtag that says king and queen," um, and then I'm gonna say, and then someone asks me, "Oh, you following such and such?" You know what I mean? Because you put the queen or the king up, whatever. I've been fighting for my brothers and sisters' struggle here for the longest time. I don't want anybody to confuse that. I just don't want people to think that one day I woke up and went on the internet and saw Tone and Yvette and was like, I mean, I agree. I respected what they said and what they're still saying because these are things I can relate to, right? These are things I can relate to. These are the things I experience as well as a Black American, right? And we're sick of it from all walks of our lives. We're sick of it. And people can, try to interfere all they want. Yeah, we're stopped right now. We got this little virus going on, which is, dangerous. It's another thing we have to look out for. However, we got to stay focused as well. What's going to happen is going to happen, right? This is the thing. Now is the time all of us need to put ourselves in a position to win, because once this economy opens back up, you're going to be like, wow, it will never be the same. It will never. We've already reached the age of Aquarius. We're 20 years. We're 20 years into 2020. You know what I mean? However, the age of Aquarius is just kicking in. So that's what this is all about, right? So trust me, and it all has to do with the cosmic clock. So don't think that the devil don't understand what time it is. The question is, do you know what time it is? on the cosmic clock, right? Because it's out with the old, in with the new. Out with the old beliefs, in with the new ideas, right? So I'm telling you right now, you better get your shit in order. Get all your ducks lined up in a row. Because when this economy opens back up, it will not be the same. But if you already are making your connections now, unite with one another now, we wouldn't give a fuck, right? We wouldn't care because we already got our stuff, foundation secured. So that's our goal. That's what, I like to build about. I want everybody to stay on point, and stay on code. So when they do open this shit back up, because right now we have the power to really destroy America if we choose to. And it's sad because we are the ones that's at high risk, so they say, right? Allegedly, the ones that's really, really dying of this disease, which I can respect, the high blood pressure and diabetes and things of that nature. So I get that, right? But I just don't think it is what they really, 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 trying to. It's something in the milk is not clean with that whole thing, right? I think the United States of America and Donald J. Trump, along with China, should be sued. Okay? I think China should be sued for putting out such a disease. I think America should be sued for its negligence against its own people. This is genocide. This is human genocide. Think about that. And all we get for this whole scenario, if we live, $1,200. Think about that. $1,200. If you're lucky, you get the unemployment and get your little 4 months. But just add that money up and think about what they just gave us and what they're going to take away from us. That's why I said we got to be a little wiser than that. I'm not here for the games. I'm not with the bullshit. You know what I mean? I'm here because right now it's not time, to be arguing, debating, trolling, or any of that other crazy stuff. And I come to the I really never had that problem because I'm not. That's why I don't do lives and things of that nature. I say what I say and that's it. Bottom line, I don't want to get into the, be the rat that takes the cheese out the trap. I don't want to get into that type of shit. I'm not here for that, right? So you have to find someone else, maybe buy a toy and play with a child because I'm not one, right? I just don't want to play. It's just not playtime. I say Yakub was 6 years old while playing in the sandbox, right? He had 2 pieces of steel playing in the sandbox and told his uncle he was going to make something unalike. Right? And these people that he made that was unalike have ruled for 4,000 years. And that's a mathematic that I know is an actual fact. So you can take it or leave it however you want to. But they got 2,000 more years to rule. Anyway, doesn't matter how many years they were on here.